EA kills multiple games currently in development, E3 is looking pretty grim for 2023, and in light of Jedi Survivor, we have a little chat into why delays are overall good for gaming. All this and more on this episode of Checkpoint. And we are live.
Welcome back to Checkpoint, brought to you by Strictly Casual, your number one show, bringing you the important news and breaking down big stories in the gaming industry. I'm one of your hosts, James Walmer, with my co-host today, the spiciest meatball in gaming, Vincent DeSantis.
Hey.
Audio listeners, thank you. You can find us on youtube.com at youtube.com/strictlycasual. Please hit us with a rating on audio platforms and subscribe. Helps us out a lot. What else is going on the channel?
Pretty much just our Last of Us streams that are happening every week after the episode drops, and a lot more vertical content that is happening. Also, this is shameless, this is fine, but shorts are monetized now on YouTube, which is absolutely fantastic. So even
Bangers.
more incentive, which is incredible.
Yeah, we love to see it.
Yeah, it's great. That's it though. That's all the new stuff happening.
Cool. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the news.
Let's do it.
Vincent, take us away.
Yeah, so this first one, I mean, we don't even have to spend that long on this. It's worth talking about, though, is that Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony, the big three, will not be a part of E3 2023. So, James, that leaves me wondering, who is going to be? We have some quotes here. This comes from IGN. This is an exclusive. But E3's first physical event in 4 years is going to be this year, and it's supposed to be a big triumphant return, right? But no.
Right.
But no.
No.
Because it's not the E3 that you remember it being. All of these places have their own directs. We have, the Xbox presentations, Sony showcases, and Nintendo directs. I have no idea what they call them, but they have their fancy names, their own ways of communicating these information. But we have this quote from Phil Spencer, which is really weird. It says, Xbox is on the board of the ESA, and I think the ESA is what puts on E3. And then I think a successful and healthy ESA is critical to what we're trying to do. So we place our showcase, like we always have done, at a time where hopefully it's convenient for press and even consumers that are going to E3 event. And that's what we're trying to do now. We will continue to work with ESA in terms of their plans. And as I said, we are on board and we want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to make E3 successful. But they're not going to be at E3. They're saying that even though they are on the board of the ESA, they are not actually going to be at the main event. They're just going to plan their own showcase around the same times to kind of capitalize off the buzz of it's summertime. Let's get some game release shit out there and, I don't know, get people hype about stuff.
Which sounds a little counterintuitive because they're doing their own thing. They're like, hey, this is great. We're not going to be there, but I hope you guys have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels weird to me. It says Xbox's decision to not have a formal presence on E3's show floor comes as a surprise, given its support for the event in the past. Out of the so-called Big Three, it appeared the most likely to be E3. Remember when the Xbox was there and then Sony and Nintendo weren't there? This was 2 years ago or something.
I don't remember that.
They just dominated. They dominated the E3 cycle of news, which is great. I mean, they probably needed that. But that's just the E3 portion, because then we had Nintendo and Sony showcasing their own stuff at their own hour long.
I'm curious, Vincent, if what does it mean? Or what is the significance or relevance of dominating E3 for one of these platforms? Because
I don't think
right now, because no one's going to be there, there isn't anything. It's just getting releases, getting announcements out into the news cycle for that period of time, that week, that month.
I'm going to say all in all, this news doesn't matter. I think it sucks for E3, right, but regardless, we're going to get the same announcements or same news that we would have gotten at E3 anyways. But the thing that since a kid, I always have wanted to go to E3 to be able to go see these things and then play the games months and months early, like an early build of these, and that doesn't seem to ever be happening again. That's not realistic to be a thing. It's just these showcases that are virtual, and that's it. Sometimes we get like a demo that releases to the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store when they announce things, which is always cool, but it's not the same as going to an event with these things. That's the only downside to me.
Yeah, and I think the studios that will be there, you'll be able to go and stand in line and play some of these smaller studios
Yeah,
games, maybe a Ubisoft title or something like
EA will
that.
be there. Ubisoft
But
will be there. You can freaking count on it. You can count
yeah,
on a Tom Clancy game being announced. You can count on some Assassin's
yep,
Creed footage, guaranteed. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter like what game. Those will be there for sure. Um,
right.
but as for anything else, I don't know. E3's never been like a good celebration of indie games. Let's face it.
That's true.
I think
It's always
this
been big hitters, and that's kind of it.
it could be a great switch for them this year if they choose to go in that direction.
Well, I think, hold on. Well, I think the indie games at E3 have been, excuse me, promoted by the major three.
Yes.
Like Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation would get their own, well, they'd have their space, and within that space,
Yeah.
they would announce indies coming to their platforms that are multi-platform or
Yeah.
just have specific deals with those studios. So I mean, like maybe in a weird way, I'm thinking if Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony aren't going to be there, maybe like indies will have more of a presence. Maybe they'll be able to get more breathing room on their own.
Yeah.
Will that sell? Will that sell tickets? Will that sell? Because
I don't know.
if E3 is going to be open up to consumers, I don't think that's a big pull. I don't think that's a big draw. I think it's a niche draw for some people who want to play indies, but indies at the end of the day are indies. And while they're like critically acclaimed and popular in some pockets, they're not popular for masses. They aren't popular for like the vast majority of people who play games.
Unless
Maybe not vast,
there's select
but like,
few, right? That like hit that crazy
Right.
craze, that crazy craze that just, people go for it. But do I go? Do I see how much tickets are and I try to go this year? Like, I feel like I'm in LA.
I feel like you have to just to see what's going on. If
Yeah.
the big three aren't there, you have to know what is going on.
I've wanted to go to E3 for so long, and they're having this physical conference again. I would love to go if it's for consumer and press again. Or even just to apply as press, just to try. Worth a shot. God.
I mean, we are press.
We are press.
Not big press, but we're press.
Amen. Amen. We still have our Comic-Con things in review right now. Also, we have some codes
shit.
in review too that we might be getting. I will let you know
Oh.
off stream which codes, because it's pretty cool. I'm
All
excited
right.
for it.
All right.
Anyways, that's all I have to say about E3, to be honest. It's worth talking about, I guess. The E3 is like a landmark in the year for what games, like the excitement around games and showcasing things and just everything.
Well, it was.
It was, but
It was
right.
up until about 2 years ago, until Summer Games Showcase.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Remember,
Or sorry, Summer Games Fest.
that was part of our first episode, James, of Checkpoint. I'll talk about this all the time. It was
E3.
Cyberpunk delayed, E3 canceled. Checkpoint, or it was at that time the Strictly Casual podcast, episode 1. Totally cringe. Please don't watch it. Anyways, pretty bad. Pretty bad. We're absolute stones in that thing. Let me tell you, just rock solid.
It's not fun to listen to.
Not fun to listen to. Okay. We're gonna go into the clip here. James, I want you to start us off with the clip.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Distance from the mic a little bit so it doesn't boom right at the beginning of the clip. Okay.
Yeah. Is this good? Wait, hold on. Do you want to do a test run?
That's
Say,
fantastic.
why delays are a good thing.
That's great. You sound great.
Cool.
Right there.
Cool.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Why delays are a good thing. This is coming hot off the press of Star Wars Jedi Survivor getting a delay. We have a press release little graphic here that we're going to read to you. This says from Respawn Entertainment. For the last 3 years, the Jedi team here at Respawn has poured its collective heart and soul into Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and we are proud to say that the next chapter in the tale of Cal Kestis is content complete.
Important.
That is important. We are now focused entirely on the final stage, bug fixes to enhance performance, stability, polish, and most importantly, the player experience. That's us.
Just go for the date. Yeah. That's the most important part of this piece, is right. It's just that.
Okay, cool. Jumping to date. Star Wars Jedi Survivor will now launch globally on April 28th.
Which is just a 6-week delay. 6-week delay.
And Vincent, you brought this article to me, and you said this is a big deal. And I said, hold on, Vincent, isn't it kind of universally known that delays are a good thing? Like, we have learned time and time again that when a delay happens, that's good for the producer and it's good for the consumer.
Yeah.
However, you had a jarring experience, it sounds like,
Yeah,
that would say otherwise.
I mean, first it started just on Twitter. I'm seeing this news come out and people are upset. I think it's okay to be upset during a delay. It sucks when a studio promises a date, and it's like, oh man, I wish they hit that date. I was excited for that. Pre-ordered this, blah, blah, blah. Also, I don't believe in pre-ordering games anymore. It's gone to the wayside.
Fuck that.
That's a whole different conversation for a new clip. That'll be a good one day. But a lot of people are upset about this, and it kind of got me thinking about the discussions that we've had before about why game delays are good and important in this industry, I think. So I was in this stream, right? And I was in a couple streams where like that was the title headline. It was Jedi Survivor delayed. Jumped into one of them, and people in the comments, they're chatting it up, and people are just like not. It's like they're missing something. It's going right over their head that this delay is to give you a better experience, a way much better polished experience. And 6 weeks, nobody's gonna remember those 6 weeks, James. Nobody's gonna remember them. People are gonna remember it based on the quality of the game, 100%. So here's what I want to bring to you too, is that Jedi Fallen Survivor, not Fallen Survivor, Fallen Order. I hate the way these games are named. Jedi Fallen Survivor, which is the first one. No, sorry. Fallen Order is the first one. Jedi Survivor is the second one. When Fallen Order dropped, it released, like every single review had it mentioned that there were bugs and issues with the game when it launched, right? Yes. They squashed a lot of them with day one patches, but it wasn't enough to be like scoring. I think this game, like story-wise, is like on an 8 or so.
Mm-hmm.
But the game was like 7s because of this bugs at some point. You know what I mean? And so that was tough. I read you like you were going to say something. I'll chop it out. That's so funny. You have this huge point here. Go into this.
You just stopped talking. I thought you were going to keep going on to your next point.
No, you go.
Okay. Yes, Vincent, all of these points, 100%. But what I think some people are thinking of when they think of delays is the sour taste of what is going on behind the scenes when it comes to a delay. Now, we've seen in this statement, it says that it is content complete, and that's important. Yeah. Now they're focused on bug fixes, polish, stability, performance. So we have an idea of what is complete and what is not. We know what work they're doing. I think people have been left a little burnt by some of these delays that kind of are without that sort of specificity of what they're actually working on. And the big one that everyone's thinking of is Cyberpunk 2077.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. That game was delayed multiple times, and still, even when it came out, it was left super unfinished. And that's not like the only game.
There's tons of examples from that. Absolutely.
There's tons of examples. Cyberpunk just happens to be the biggest and the most recent, which like is also to mention like the kind of comeback tale of that game.
Yeah.
As well. But at the end of the day, like allowing developers to take their time is good for the studio, and allowing them to take their time and not have to crunch like CD Projekt Red did, like Naughty Dog still does, or I don't want to say still does.
And I think every studio, to be honest.
Yes, I'm just naming ones that have been big in the press, but it's important to mention this is many studios.
Totally.
And also it does mean a more finished product, even if like let's even take Cyberpunk into example. Even like God forbid we saw that first build. You know what I mean? Like if it launched as unplayable as it did when it did,
yeah,
I am so glad we didn't see that build 2 delays before then.
Yeah, and I mean, it was unplayable on PS4 and Xbox One consoles. It was playable on other stuff. It just wasn't. It was tons of bugs and stuff, So it didn't shine like it wanted to shine. But I think the most important part here is that developers will not have to crunch for this game. I'm not going to say will not have to crunch. I'm sure there will be an aspect of people working harder. Yes. I think that if they were to still hit this date, those 6 weeks is going to alleviate a lot of this heavy stress. I'm sure that's calculated, right? I'm sure that's calculated. Like, here's our goals of what we need to hit. We need to have like 98% of this problem squashed, like 90% of this problem, because there's no way to hit 100% on all of them. They'd work on the game forever. You like there comes a time when you have to just launch the game, but there's also comes a time where like EA, as people that putting money into Respawn and whoever's head of Respawn and stuff like that, they need to deliver games at certain dates, you know, and that becomes the problem with crunch. So it's great that they're allowing them to have this 6-week thing. Also, added bonus, the book that takes place in between the first game and the second game comes out March 1st. And now, instead of having 10 days to read it, you have 2 months to read it before, if you want to get caught up on the story of that. So that's another plus there. Guys, if you want to know everything about Jedi Survivor, not Jedi Fallen Survivor, it's not called that. You can say right here on Strictly Casual. If you want to listen to the entire audio podcast, you can go on audio platforms and type in Strictly Casual Checkpoint. It's a little blue box right there. This is episode 146. Nope, episode 147. And so you can download that and give that a listen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Boom. Beautiful. That was hilarious. That was the funniest pause we've ever had in our entire life. I was really ready to throw it off, Tia.
There was a point where, because you just stopped
at the end of
your sentence.
I committed
and I was waiting for you to like, I thought you were building suspense for a second. But then after about 2 seconds, I was like, oh, he's not building suspense.
No.
He is. But if I just come straight into it, it's going to be... It was that point of no return.
I was like, I'm hogging the time on this clip, and I need to throw it to James because James has really good points here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm almost out of my points. Like, let's throw it over to James. Let's get him going over here. You know. Obviously, It wasn't signposted very well. That was our worst stop ever. It was awesome. We both committed to the stop.
It was awesome. All right, next story.
Yeah, talk to me. Talk to me about
2 stops in a row. That's crazy. Electronic Arts cancels a secret Apex Legends game in development. This comes from Bloomberg, our boy Jason Schreier, friend of the show. We haven't met him. He's not a friend. He's not even an acquaintance of the show. We don't know the guy.
I don't know him.
Anyway,
I saw him.
Happened in... Oh, you did?
Yeah, at the Game Awards, I went to the after party, and there was Jason who was just hanging out in a group of people. Much shorter than I thought. Random note. I feel like it's...
How short is he?
Well, it's weird because you see all these people on camera and like on pictures and articles and stuff, and then all of a sudden you see every single games journalist you've ever read in your entire life standing in a circle, and you're like, wow, that guy is 7 foot tall. I would have had no idea. And then you have other people that are like, it was just surprising. It's not like he's a short
Tam?
guy. Yes. Well, I took a picture with Tam.
I bet Tam is huge.
Yeah, Tam's like a foot taller than I am, and I'm like,
holy shit.
No, not a foot taller. He is taller though. Wow. Taller than I am.
Anyway, back to the article.
Yep. Anyways,
secret Apex Legends game canceled. This happened in the same quarterly earnings call as Jedi Survivor cancellation. Company said it was canceling the Apex Legends mobile game.
Delay. Jedi Survivor's delay.
You're right. So in my notes, I had debate, but I was like, wait, that's not it. So I just said the next word that came to my mind, and it was not.
Yeah.
Okay. Company said it was canceling the Apex Legends mobile game, as well as a version of Battlefield and Shuttered Industrial Toys, which was the studio behind it.
The mobile version of Battlefield, not the next Battlefield game. That is key.
Good distinction. The cancel project, codenamed TFL or Titanfall Legends, was a single-player game set in the universe shared by the Apex Legends and Titanfall games. It was directed by veteran designer Mohammed Alvi until he left the company in early 2022. Although the game hadn't been advertised, EA had hinted at it several times.
Yeah.
Management informed the unnamed games team of about 50 people that EA will try to find positions for them within the company. Good on EA. Anyone who couldn't be placed will be given severance packages and laid off, according to the people familiar with the matter, who asked to speak anonymously because they were not authorized to speak to the press. An EA spokesperson declined to comment.
That's tough there too. So
yeah, this statement about people not being authorized to speak to the press makes me curious. Do they sign an NDA
about the game? Heck yeah.
No, you think that was about the game, or you think that's about their They're
probably just told not to talk about it.
You know,
I mean, there's all sorts of.
Sus?
No, it's not sus. Almost every company has some sort of thing that when you sign to work there, there is there's not a non-disclosure, but um, there's an what's the word I'm looking for here? Expectation that you're not talking about their business practices publicly. There's something about that is like, I'll have to find it. I'm sure it's in my contract to work too, that I can't talk about like financial decisions that my company's making or something like that
Sure.
publicly.
So you can't just like leave and like spout all this shit.
Right. Yeah, that would be terrible. Ethically, I guess that would be bad. I don't know. It's interesting.
I feel like it could depend. Yeah, it could depend on the company.
Yeah, probably. Not like I'm working on secret
I don't
stuff.
know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to read this last bullet point and then we could get more in discussion. Fans have been clamoring for a new single-player entry into the critically acclaimed Titanfall series for several years. The most recent entry, Titanfall 2, came out in 2016 to rave reviews. A planned third game morphed into Apex Legend, the Battle Royale multiplayer game set in the same universe that has become one of EA's most successful games, earning more than $2 billion. Respawn, one of EA's most prolific video game developers, continues to update Apex Legends and is also working on multiple Star Wars games in addition to Jedi Survivor. So, I mean, it does sound like this was Titanfall 3, essentially.
Yeah.
I've been seeing so much buzz on the news today about like Titanfall 3 or Titanfall fans waking up today and just getting fucking hammered by bad news after bad news. It is what it seems like for
it's interesting. I feel like EA's taking risks. I think we're seeing the rise of a new EA, like Phoenix from the fire.
You know what? Deadass. I agree with you.
I think EA's on the road to release some heaters right now. I think it all started with Riders Republic. People don't give it enough credit. It's a good game. Really good game.
Okay, but here's the thing about Riders Republic is they didn't push Riders. They gave like initial, but like no support. No post-launch support for Riders Republic.
Hold on, was Riders
Republic? To my knowledge.
Was Riders Republic Ubisoft? Hold on. Wait.
It was Ubisoft.
No, it wasn't. Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding.
Are you kidding me? Look at that game.
Sorry. Yeah, Ubisoft.
Look at that fucking game.
My bad. That's the best thing Ubisoft's done in years, not the beginning of what EA is doing. That's what I should have said.
I can look at a game from miles away and tell you if it's a Ubisoft game or not.
Dude, best Ubisoft game in decades.
Probably.
Actually, decades. God, that was terrible. But here's what I would believe to happen with this Apex game. We saw the director leave last year, right? I'm sure the writing was on the wall at that point, where if the director's leaving the game must either not have been supported enough to become whatever it was envisioned to become, or it simply was not taking form. Like there's a lot of different things that could happen. I don't want to say like EA's terrible for canceling this. Like maybe it sucked. Maybe it really was like bare bones and like was not on the right path. We've seen people have wanted a Titanfall revitalization for so long, and it has. I'm sure people are trying to make that work, but it could be a Halo situation where they release it and everybody's excited for a new Halo, and it poo-pooed. They want to make sure it's a good game.
Like you gotta have. I feel like you go. Where is Muhammad Alavi now?
I don't know.
Because I feel like for that kind of game, you need the original team. Like you really need that same creative.
But it was a different creative that did Apex, and I know Apex is different. It's a battle royale and stuff, but it's been popular for so long. It is like people still love Apex. The movement, the gunplay.
Yeah, it's just different. It's different. Like it's a different experience entirely.
Yeah. It feels odd that it's in the Titanfall universe. It doesn't really feel connected other than people say it's connected.
It plays the same.
And it plays similar. I think a Titanfall 3 though has a place still. I don't know if it's like I could see it coming back in like 5 years. It can still have a place. It has a cult following. Even like it definitely has a cult following.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Is Alavi was the designer of No Russian from Modern Warfare 2.
Wow. Talk about a hot topic. That's a good clip right there.
Isn't
No Russian. Oh.
Isn't that insane?
Can you believe that No Russian exists?
Yeah. No, I can't.
Like one day in our future oppressive like life where it's like we're in a futuristic movie where the government oppresses us, like, and we have to like sleep in like boxes around the world, like, mealtime, like, in the whole thing. That'll be like,
What?
yeah, exactly. That copy of the game of Modern Warfare 2? Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 with no
Yeah.
Russian in it.
Yeah.
That'll be like black market gold because it's like contraband material.
It's actually like copies of that game
Yeah.
are the black market currency. You buy everything with copies of Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
With no Russian on it.
Exactly. And if you can bundle that with a 360 console, I mean, you might as well be. You might as
bucks.
Yeah, you could own it.
Might as well just retire.
Exactly. Forget about it. Anyways, I still think Titanfall 3 has a place, and it sucks.
I do too. I still feel like it'll still happen one way or another because there's demand for it.
Yeah.
People will play it. When Titanfall 2 went on sale last on Steam, it like was at the top of the top seller charts. Yeah. It sold so many copies.
Oh yeah.
I want to see if I can find a Titanfall 2 sales.
I have a guess.
Yeah.
My guess here is that even though EA cancels this game, I think they're saying cancels. I think it's shelved. I don't think they have a team for this right now. 50 people to work on this for a while doesn't really seem right. That seems developmental and not actually, I don't know. That doesn't feel like they're creating a AAA game with 50 people, even though it can happen. Don't get me wrong. There's teams that can pull that off and do that. But I feel like if EA really wanted to double down and really take advantage of Titanfall 3, they would have a huge team working on that. I feel like this is a shelved for now decision, and we'll revisit decision. What are you finding for Titanfall 2 sales?
Nothing.
Okay. I feel like a lot of people haven't played Titanfall, but the people that have love it. I didn't play it until it was free on PS Plus, which was way after. Titanfall 2 released on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
and it's super cheap on Steam right now, even though
it always is. If you haven't played Titanfall 2, play it.
There's no excuse.
I want to go for the platinum run in that game. Got to play it on the hardest difficulty.
Feels really good.
Yeah. Okay, PlayStation Plus Essential games for the month of February have dropped, and it's a great month in my opinion. It's a fantastic month.
You put that in the group chat, and I said, really?
That it's a good month?
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you right now. We have Mafia, the Definitive Edition, which is the remake of Mafia, which I've bought and played.
Which was fine.
And I liked it a lot. I thought it was great.
Okay.
I think the motion capture is fantastic. The story's okay. The driving's bad. And the gunplay's fine. But overall, super enjoyable experience. Liked it a lot. Solid 7. Okay. Also, there's an audio bug in that game when I played it, that when you hopped in a certain car and the door shut, the door would keep shutting and it would go, and then it wouldn't stop. And I was streaming it and everybody left the stream. Everybody left. Nobody was, because it was so annoying. And I was like it was horrible. It was so sad. Great game.
That's so funny.
Evil Dead, the game, which I am excited to play.
I actually heard it's good.
And it has a single player mode too. And I don't really F with the Dead by Daylight type gameplay. I think it's boring and repetitive. Even with the right group of people, I haven't had a great time with it. But I'm excited for the single player and the co-op missions that you can do with this also. I mean, that sounds fun to me.
Okay. Did you skip Ollie Ollie World?
No, I was drumming up. To Ollie Ollie World.
Oh, I see.
You take Ollie Ollie World.
I know nothing about Ollie Ollie World. Do you know anything about Ollie Ollie World?
One of the best indies of last year.
Really?
Oh yeah, people love Ollie Ollie World.
Holy shit!
I can't wait.
I see ads for it all the time, and it looks fun.
That studio put out Ollie Ollie World and Roller Drome in the same year.
Oh shit!
They popped
Good
off.
for them.
Yeah. So I'm very excited to get into this too. This is one of those ones that dropped that people like really liked, and I hovered over the buy button for 2 weeks until the buzz went down. And look at us now. PlayStation Plus, baby.
You know what? I'm gonna mention this real quick.
Yeah.
But on PlayStation, there's a Critics' Choice sale going on right now.
How's it looking?
Bangers.
Is Sekiro on there?
Hades is $15. Sekiro is on there.
Is it $30 still?
I can't tell because I already bought it.
That game only goes from $60 to $30 and then back up to $60.
You let me know what it is, Finn, because I can't see it.
Okay. I'll find it.
Yep. Tell me this last one, Ben,
And
because
this
this is
last
the one
one,
you're most excited for.
I'm extremely excited about this. Okay, because we'll get into this when I'm in the what you playing section. But Destiny 2 Beyond Light is the third major expansion for Destiny 2, and it's free. And that is the one with the Stasis subclass as well. So now you have access to the Stasis subclass. It's a long campaign, one of the best campaigns of Destiny, I would say, right behind Witch Queen, which I thought is number one. And it's tons of content, and it's perfect time because it gets you ready for Lightfall at the end of February, which I am now purchasing. I'm going to buy it. It's the decision's made. I'm going to spend $50 on another Destiny expansion. This will mean I've spent over $450 on Destiny in my lifetime Destiny spending.
That's insane.
That is ridiculous.
That's the price of a PlayStation 5 digital.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have more hours on that game on Destiny and Destiny 2 than any other game ever.
So I have more hours on Destiny 1 than any other game. I have like 1,200 hours on Destiny 1.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Here's it's crazy. Every time, like, I've been wanting to get sucked into a big, like, MMO style game. Like, I really want something that I could just go back to, that I know is going to be there, that I could play at my own pace, but it's like always has people playing, I guess.
Sure.
And I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I'll try Final Fantasy 14. Maybe I'll try Elder Scrolls Online. Let me give this a shot. Like, just something, you know? But I was like, no. I'm financially invested in Destiny already, and there's so much in Destiny that I haven't done. So let's get that baby rolling again. And that's what I did this week, James. I played a lot of Destiny 2 this week.
Okay. I'm going to list off some of these other deals just because they're fucking crazy. The Need for Speed Palace Edition, which is like their $80 version, is down to $40. Horizon Forbidden West is down to $30. Sorry. $30 for the PS4 version, $40 for the PS5 version.
But it has a free upgrade, so that makes no sense. Oh, no, it doesn't. It has a $10 upgrade. JK.
Sekiro is $30.
Of course.
Resident Evil Village is $20.
Hey, everybody get Need for Speed so you can play the online with me. I need some race.
I'm really thinking about it, Vin.
It's fun.
I've been hovering over that buy button for a while. But
really
those are the two notable things. Neon White's also on sale. Final Fantasy 7.
How much is Neon White's on sale for?
$20. It's $5 off.
And
Hades is $15. I don't know. I'm thinking about Neon White so much.
James, I want to battle you for time, like on those things. I will buy. If you buy, I'll buy it.
Okay. Fuck. Diablo 2 Resurrected is $13.
I bought that on Switch for $8, and
yeah,
it's a painfully slow start for me in Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Damn.
Painfully slow.
Those are the only games that I will list right now. Hot Wheels Unleashed is $12, which is insane.
Free on PlayStation Plus too, if you already have that one. Oh, the PlayStation Plus collection's going away, by the way. The PS5 collection.
Yeah, so
just claim them.
Claim them.
Also, let me clarify. This is the PlayStation Plus collection. If you buy a PS5 and you have PlayStation Plus, you have access to like 20 games that they give you, including Final Fantasy 15, Days Gone, Bloodborne, just some other hits. They put some hits on there to get you started and get you going. If PlayStation 5 is your first console and you missed some of the best of the generation last console. I don't know why Days Gone is in there. Not one of the best last generation, but it's in there. So just claim them because you'll still have access to them, but that goes away in May. I think it's less big of a deal than people like I saw yesterday. I don't know. I saw some people like thinking that it was the PlayStation Plus like subscription going away. And I was like, no. Just the 20 games. So, yeah.
Yep. What I've been playing this week, Vin, is literally I jumped into God of War this morning for like hour and a half.
Yep.
And I played up to, I don't know how to describe it in a non-spoilery way.
I think it's been out long enough.
I'm 10 hours in. Okay. I'm on the second time you play as Atreus in Jotunheim.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like I'm on the tail end of that story beat.
Yeah. You said you're about 10 hours in?
10 and a half, I think.
Okay. It's going to start picking up story-wise even more.
Okay.
Which is cool.
I feel like just tension has been building for like the past
Yeah,
2-3 hours
it gives
for
you
the
some
game.
nut rot. There's some major nut rot happening in the story right now.
Yeah, because right before Atreus goes into this dream, he has an argument with Kratos.
Yeah, they have
And
that
so there's that
fight.
tension there. And then he learns the fate from what's her face. And then
The fate from what's her face? Faye? Not Faye.
mm-mm.
Freya. Who are you talking about?
No, not Freya.
Who are you talking
Girl
about?
in the dream.
Girl in the Dream. I don't know. Girl in the Dream.
What do you
Angerboda?
mean? Angerboda.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Angerboda's great.
Angerboda's awesome.
Yeah,
I
she's
love
a great
her.
character.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
That's all I've been playing, dog. Maybe hopped into like Fortnite once just to see what's
Great.
going on.
Sure.
I keep tabs on that game just to see what's up.
Yeah.
Re-downloaded Splitgate to play with the boys. Play a little Fall Guys
Interesting.
probably.
Oh, you did the
I don't know
Gambit, bro. You did the Gambit this week.
See, I don't remember though. It could be last week, like the week before.
Blurs
last.
together. Blurs together.
It just really blurs together at this point. I'm
Yeah.
so busy all the time. So that's that.
Yes, I've been playing Destiny with Enzo, my brother. We've been going for this seasonal exotic that's apparently really good before it's over. And so that's really all I'm working towards. I don't really care about maxing out light level or anything, so it's more fun. Just like have a focused goal and not be like grinding in the game. They have like it's cool because in these exotic missions, they have they're like new missions built out. They're not replaying old stuff. So it's all new content for me with these like crazy puzzles that like we're trying to figure out, and that's been like fun that I'm not playing a strike for the 15,000th time.
Yep.
So that's huge. That's been exciting for me.
That's what kills it for me. The minute I have to repeat strikes or missions, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
So yeah, these new ones are super sick. And then I also jumped into Battlefield 2042 again yesterday because the class
is crazy.
The class system dropped. They changed everything so that it's back to OG classes in it. And the game is completely different. The way people play it is different, and they reworked 5 of the maps to better suit the class system, and I'm having a great time with it. Who would have thought, James? Who would have thought? They also added...
I would have thought, dude, you're the Destiny dick rider of the group.
No, not Destiny. This is Battlefield 2042.
Oh shit, you're right. I forgot that we switched. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it completely changes it, dude. It's great. I'm having a good time with it. Excited to play more of it, and it feels sandboxy like Battlefield used to be, and which is the thing that draws me to Battlefield. So it's cool. Yeah.
Cool.
That's that.
Cool. Is there a player base? Are people playing it?
Yeah, I've had no problems with the queue times.
What's the longest you've had to wait for a game?
20 seconds. 15 seconds.
Holy fuck, really?
Yeah, it might just because there's a new update. They added like 20 more guns in there. Portal, they boosted up.
Holy shit.
No, it's giant. They added more maps from Battlefield 3, Battlefield 19, blah, blah, whatever it is. Bad Company 2, they added more maps from.
Really?
The Portal game modes are so much fun.
How much is this game?
I don't know.
How much is this?
I don't know. I mean,
we're going to figure this out.
I remember when James and I were living in a dorm room together, and there was one night when Battlefield launched, and James was like, I'm not going to buy it. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And that was the last time I pre-ordered a game. But I pre-ordered it, and it wasn't good. And James was like, yeah, I was right. And I was like, you were correct.
I have a good sense for this. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I have a good gut feeling for whether a game's going to be good or not.
Yep.
Sometimes it's wrong.
Sure.
Sometimes it's wrong.
You got to be wrong sometimes. It's just how it goes.
I feel like 7 or 8 out of 10 times I'm right.
What's your verdict on Atomic Hearts?
On what?
Atomic Hearts.
I think Atomic Hearts is going to be it's going to be a 7, and I think it's going to go under the radar, and I think it's going to have a really like unique cult following. I don't think it's going to get big.
It's going to be like Prey from 2016.
Mm-hmm.
How much is Battlefield 2042?
Prey from 2016.
Or Prey from 2015? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You know what I'm talking about.
What the fuck? The game that never came out?
No, it was out.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that they redid Prey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like Prey.
Okay. where it has a fan base,
I'm
but
thinking,
it's not huge.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, I think it's going to be even lower of a fan base than Prey because at least Prey is coming from Bethesda or
And
Arcane
it has
or
name
one of those
recognition
studios.
a little bit.
That's exactly it. It has name recognition. It's a franchise. It has prior releases. I think it's going to be more of an indie crowd.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like Metro Exodus.
Ooh, that's even deeper cut.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Interesting. Very
But
interesting.
even deeper than that because Metro is an ongoing franchise.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be
Very
regarded to the same level, like critical acclaim as Metro Exodus.
Yeah.
Like very specific crowd, and they enjoy it.
Right.
Nothing groundbreaking, but they enjoy it, and that's going to be it. And people who like those games will like that.
Not a bad thing.
Yep.
How much did you find Battlefield for? Didn't find it,
dude. I did. Through GameStop, you can get it for like $15, but on PlayStation Store, it's still rocking at 70.
Oh yeah, no, I would be. If you could find that game for 15 and under, worth it. Ryder got it for $10 on Amazon. He got the PS5 version, so he's been playing. It was great.
Is that the most recent Battlefield game? Did they not come out with one after that?
They're skipping this year to focus on making Battlefield 2042 good, which is cool.
That is great. I like to hear that a lot.
Yeah, they have a content roadmap out with a lot of stuff.
Holy shit. Good for them.
Yeah. I'm glad they committed because they could have very easily just said bye-bye. But I feel like this class...
Is it a free upgrade from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5?
Yeah. The only people that are charging for upgrades is Sony for those upgrades. Nobody else is charging for those.
Are you sure?
No. I'm not sure.
I'll figure it out after the show.
Yeah. $10 is great though. You get a lot of playtime out of $10 for that game.
Yeah, I mean the PlayStation 4 version is $15 on Amazon right now.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right,
guys. That was episode 147 of Checkpoint. Thank you guys so much for watching. James, any final words?
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Any interaction with us helps us a lot. Everyone, what's next week? We'll see you next week on the 9th.
Yes, correct. All right, everybody.
Make those Valentine's Day reservations if you haven't already.
I have not. So thank you for the reminder.
Yeesh.
Yeesh is correct. But I'm not in New York City. The population is much lower over here in Azusa, California, so I think the restaurants should be a little more, I think I'll be okay.
You're going to dinner in Azusa?
No, I'm not going to dinner in Azusa.
That's what I'm saying.
You thought, bro. All right. I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.